What up, Leaguers? Welcome to the Spectacular Spoiler League. I'm the Pandan Superman, the mayor of Hype City, HazyRome, and as always, I'm joined by the God of Night, the Prime Minister of Post-Production, DeepBoyce. And today, we are in the Hall of Spoilers to talk a little bit about Spider-Man. Spider-Man. We're talking about costumes, baby. We are ranking the top 5 Spider-Man costumes of all time, man. We're not just talking about comics. We're not talking about animation. We're not just talking about live action. We're talking about overall our top 5 favorite costumes that Spider-Man has worn. And keep in mind, we said Spider-Man. We didn't say Peter Parker. We said Spider-Man.
That's true.
Which means something here. Okay? That means something here. Okay? That's all I'll say. DeepBoyce, man. It's time. It's time, man. It's time to pick the best threads that Spider-Man has ever worn.
We got to swing into action with this one.
Oh, so I like that. Swing into action.
But I guess we're going to hit him with an honorable mention. We got one honorable mention before we start the list.
One honorable mention.
Yeah. And that honorable mention is Kane's suit, the Scarlet Spider, which is a variation of the black and red suit. Obviously didn't quite make the cut because Spider-Man has some really dope suits, and some of the, these top 5 suits that we picked were super dope. But aside from the fact that Kane is a cool character in and of himself, this suit just works. It's just the way that it's all designed, and just like the sort of V coming into this chest, and the way the spider's laid out in the red, and everything else in black.
Yep.
Gets a thumbs up from the league here.
Yes, sir, man. Kane being another clone of Peter Parker, man, looks sick in that suit, man, and didn't quite make our top 5, but definitely deserved an honorable mention. But we are going into number 5, top 5 Spider-Man's costumes right now, baby. We are going with Peter Parker Spider-Man Future Foundation suit. I mean, your man is balling out in all white.
You guys might have to do a little bit of digging out there for some of you youngsters that don't even know what we're talking about. Obviously, we're going to post some pictures of it on the video. But like you said, all white, and it's got some, I guess you could almost say black trim. I mean, it's got black design, and it's mostly white with some minimal design in the black. And it's one of those suits that you didn't know you wanted until they gave it to you. And it's just like, wow, this is like really cool.
Yeah, I think of it like the color inverse of the symbiote Spider-Man suit, more or less.
True.
So instead of it being primarily black, it's primarily white, has some black designs on it. If you're familiar with Anti-Venom, which is when, like, the Venom symbiote got purged and created like a cleaner, symbiote that Brock had. I don't know, complicated stuff. Venom still existed, but then there was a clean Venom. I don't know, Anti-Venom. It's kind of like that suit. But the Future Foundation suits, man, he's big pimping in that suit, man. It's back when Peter Parker was rolling with the Fantastic Four. They were calling themselves the Future Foundation, and that white suit, man, just looks great. Yeah, I love it.
And I mean, obviously, this isn't really related to the suit, but it's kind of cool that, I mean, Peter Parker, or the Spider-Man character, first appeared in like Amazing Fantasy, I think 15. It was a Fantastic Four comic book, and that was the first appearance of Spider-Man. And Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four are really tied together, and to not only see Spider-Man with that dope suit, but see the Fantastic Four all in like their own versions of white suit, like Future Foundation suits, was also pretty cool to see. Seeing that tandem going on, but yeah.
Agreed, man. I mean, I can't. 100%. I didn't even think about that tie into his past, but I like it. I like it very much. Hit him with number 4, DeepBoyce.
Number 4. It's another one. You guys are gonna have to do a little bit of digging out there.
Yeah.
But this is the Spider Armor. This is the official name, by the way, guys. So you can look it up.
Yes.
Spider Armor Mark III. There's 4 marks of Spider Armor. Mark IV is the one.
A lot less than Tony Stark has.
Yeah, a lot less. Mark IV is the one that he's currently using right now, but there was a time where Otto Octavius was Spider-Man. He was the superior Spider-Man, and he had a suit called the Spider Armor Mark III, which he used to go up against the Sinister Six. Now, aside from the capabilities of the suit, Spider-Man has some great costumes. He also has some really bad costumes, and some of the worst costumes that he has are like his armored variants.
Yeah.
But this one is not only one of his better suits, but definitely the best armor suit or costume that he's ever really had.
Definitely.
That just, I mean, it looks great, it looks functional. It makes total sense in the design and the use of the red and the blue and the way the spider's laid out and everything. It all works. It all pops.
Definitely. It reminds me a little bit of Agent Venom mixed with like Deathstroke.
Yes.
I like the mask screams Deathstroke to me, and I really like it a lot.
Yes.
Very nice costume, very sleek, very cool. Definitely taking some hints from Iron Man too. It's an iron suit, it seems.
Yes, sir.
Or some type of armored suit in that vein. Looks good, man.
Yes, sir.
Number 3. This is one that everybody should know because there are a lot of fans of this suit. Number 3, the symbiote suit.
Yep.
Spider-Man rocking the black, man.
I mean, this is
blacker than black.
This is almost just like a
That's
no-brainer.
great.
I mean, this is one of the sexiest superhero suits I think of all time. I mean, this is
Of all time,
This is a hot suit, and I guess we're going specifically with the symbiote suit. He had a black suit that was pretty much in the same design, but it wasn't the symbiote. There's really no particular reason why we choose the symbiote suit. I guess just because it looked kind of cool when the symbiote kind of goes over his body to create the suit or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. The whole idea that he doesn't need the web cartridges anymore. He's got infinite web slinging abilities, courtesy of the Venom symbiote.
No, absolutely.
But
I mean,
the wrist,
yeah,
the wrist launchers are being kind of swapped to being on the back of the hand.
Yeah.
The white patches on the hand. It honestly kind of looks a little bit cooler to swing that way. I hate to say it, the Spider-Man fingers are a little bit weird. I always thought it was a little funny looking. I mean, it's iconic. Don't get me wrong, but it is a little bit, funny looking. I kind of like it, just shooting out a little web. I'm like literally putting my fist up, like shooting out a web from from the top of your hand. I love the suit, man. The suit is phenomenal.
And
I
also like the white spider design. How it kind of wraps around his ribs.
Yes,
kind of cool.
yes,
and
yes.
I mean, if you know anything about fashion, I mean, black is like one of those iconic colors. Like
Definitely.
You can make so many things look so dope if you just wear black, wearing in black, and Spider-Man looks great in black.
I'm saying
there are many heroes that don't look good in black.
That's true. I would love to see like maybe some type of interpretation where, similar to like Young Justice, where they have like stealth suit options, where basically they wear their suit in a different color scheme. I would love to see him like rock something akin to the symbiote suit as like a stealth option. I don't know, live action or animation at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to see that as an option. But anyway, moving on to number 2. Number 2. This is the reason why I said specifically this is not about Peter Parker's. At number 2, we've got the Miles Morales Spider-Man suit.
Yes.
Looking fresh, Mr. Morales, man, coming out here, swinging across the city, once again rocking some sexy black with some red undertones there. Looks fantastic. You know what looked fantastic? We were talking about this.
Yes.
We're talking about these costumes. If Miles Morales got the symbiote, the Venom symbiote, and kind of had like a red and black color scheme similar to, the symbiote suit, but with red and black. But anyway. Fire. Miles Morales' suit. I mean, what is so beautiful about this suit? I don't know what it is, but when I saw it, the first time I saw it, I was like, this just makes sense. This just looks really cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, like when we mentioned with the Scarlet Spider design, it's just the way, and some of the suits, kind of the ones that we picked, have the similar design to it. I would say even the spider armor as well, and that's in just the angular look of the design on the upper body, like the way that it's angular over the shoulders and the way it kind of angles down into the abdomen.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it's just really, and even like if you look at really specific touches, like the inside, it's almost like a V, and like there's like angular, like a little spike up on the V. Just like everything just looks really cool. The spider is just the right size, and obviously you have the webbing.
The fingers also have the red as well too.
Yes.
So the fingers on his gloves are also red. I don't know, just the balance in the color just looks great. I love that suit. I really like this suit, man. And honestly, if you would have asked me maybe couple weeks ago, it probably would have been my favorite Spider-Man suit of all time.
Yeah. I mean, this is, again, Spider-Man looks great in black, and just again with the red touch on there, it's just it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic, and it has a touch of white obviously in the eyes when he has the mask on. But and this is, I mean, I guess this is again tied a little bit to his powers and his functionality. But see, Actually, I don't remember exactly if the symbiote gave Spider-Man stealth. I think maybe it did because I think Venom has stealth. Like I think he can become a camouflage. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, no, I'm not even sure. I know that the stealth that we know Venom for. I know the stealth aspect of him sneaking up on Spider-Man is because, like, the Venom symbiote having merged with Spider-Man is able to kind of subvert the spider senses.
True.
I don't know about camouflage, though. Yeah. I'm not sure about that.
Regardless, Miles Morales does have stealth powers.
Yes.
So it really, I don't know, it just kind of, it's all cohesive. You know, the design of the suit and the fact that he can kind of camouflage in the dark, which is really dope. And even, like, you mentioned the fingertips, and it just, I don't know, just... Maybe it was a conscious design to make the fingertips the way that they look, given that Miles Morales does have that Venom touch, that Venom blast. That's kind of unique to him.
Venom sting or whatever he calls it. Yeah.
So it's just, there's like nothing wrong with the suit. It just looks super dope.
Yeah, I really like the suit a lot, and you know, it's built for stealth too, like you said, man. It just, you know, it being predominantly black, great suit. I'm like in love with the Miles Morales suit, man. Like, I want to see that suit in live action. At some point, that suit looks freaking great. That suit looks freaking great, man. But speaking of live action, DeepBoyce, there's a reason why I said this costume would have been my number one until, you know, very recently. Yes. DeepBoyce, man, hit us with the number one. I'm smiling as we say it because I remember us being in a specific location and marking out when we first saw this suit.
Our number one Spider-Man suit is the most recent Spider-Man suit, and that's the Infinity War Iron Spider suit. We don't know what the official name is for the suit.
Yeah. We'll call it the Infinity War suit, let's call it.
Infinity War suit, which was first shown in Spider-Man Homecoming. And if you saw the trailer for Infinity War, the first trailer, it's confirmed that he's going to be wearing that in Infinity War. And, you know, me and Hazy and I, we went to see Spider-Man Homecoming, and that was one of the best parts of the movie when they revealed this suit. It's just one of the best superhero suits we have ever seen. Fantastic.
Yes, it is awesome, man. Like, I remember in the theater, people were literally like, ooh, ah, like the stereotypical sound of when you see something visually pleasing. They were like, ooh, ah, like you could hear that in the crowd. People were like, oh, ah. Then when he was like, oh yeah, you know, I'll pass on the Avengers, and then, you know, you got the impression that he wasn't, you know, rocking the suit, gonna rock the suit. People were like, oh, like you heard people audibly express like displeasure at the fact that they would not see this suit in that movie, man. But I mean, talk to us about, you know, what you like about the suit, DeepBoyce. I know what I like, but what do you like about the suit?
I mean, where do we start? I like that they're kind of taking the same design as the I guess the suit that the Tony Stark suit. I'm not sure what it's called, the one that he gave him for Civil War. Is there a name for that suit in particular?
You know, I'm not sure. That's a good point.
But regardless, they have those eyes that kind of, you know, are animated, which I think is cool. Yeah. It's an homage to the original Spider-Man suit back in like the 60s. And then as you look at like the body portion of it, I mean, one thing that I really like is, I guess, the shoulders. It almost looks like it really gives it like an armor vibe to it. Like it has like extra protection to it.
Yeah. It's like armor plating on the shoulders.
Armor plating, and then the way the spider is, I guess, designed, it's almost like a negative image of a spider in a sense.
Yes.
And just the color scheme as well, like just it has the right amount of navy blue, red, and the gold trim just adds just a beautiful touch to the suit, and then just like all of the intricate, like just all the little plating on it, the way that it looks, just again like armor like. I mean, this is again, it's like one of the best live action superhero suits ever. Like it just has such an amazing amount of detail. That, I mean, this is detail that you can't even really do in a comic book, or people haven't really done in a comic book when it comes to Spider-Man, which I think is fantastic.
Well said, man. Well said. I mean, I just love the gold trimming on it, man. It gives it kind of like this. It gives it a polish, man. It makes him look like a superhero. I hate to say it that way, but like it makes him look like this, you know, this standout character. You know what I'm saying? It gives him a sheen.
It really makes him look like a member of the Avengers.
Yes, it makes him look like an all-star, man. I just love the gold outlining, the gold trimming along the suit. I love also the fact that to me, visually, I just feel like maybe it's not more blue, but I just feel like there's a lot of blue because it's not just isolated to like larger portions. It's kind of, apparent like throughout the suit. So it's not just, predominantly red. It's got a lot of the blue kind of permeating along the suit. And it's just a really creative design. Like I was blown away by the fact that like they were able to create something for the movies and deviate so much from the comics, but still create something 100% unique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anyone could look at that suit and honestly be like, I hate that suit. It's ugly.
You could,
you know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's gonna, I'm gonna headbutt as soon as I find them. But I mean, to take the Spider-Man PS4 suit. Remember, people saw that suit. They hated the white spider. I remember people going so insane about that white spider on the Spider-Man PS4 suit. But I actually like it.
Yeah.
But this Iron Spider suit just looks. It's so aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was really impressed by that suit. I can't wait to see him rock it in Infinity War.
I mean, you could tell that it was just like a group of people, like very intelligent and people that know what they're doing. That came together and really designed this suit. Like, it wasn't just one graphic artist that kind of came up with this. Like, Boss Logic's, which is he's always the person that you see people pushing when it comes to these like mock-ups of like suits. Like this is. There was some really talented and smart people that came together to make up the suit.
Definitely, and it definitely has clear inspiration from the Iron Spider suit, and I feel like it has inspiration from just general suits in Spider-Man's history. I think I had said before the Scarlet Spider suit. I see a little bit of influence there too. And Kane's Scarlet Spider suit.
And I'm gonna be honest, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm kind of glad they didn't go with the Iron Spider look. I mean, me personally, I'm not that big of a fan of that suit. It's not bad, but I don't know.
I'm not a fan. I think the spider legs are a little corny. If they could find some functional purposes for that in the Infinity War movie, if there is some type of function for that, maybe they could do it better. I'm just not a big fan of the red and gold. Something about it, especially the eyes. Something about the eyes just always looked funny on that costume. I don't know. Not a fan of the Iron Spider suit, but I mean, once again, the Spider-Man Avengers Infinity War suit, the best. That's best. That's best. Creme de la creme. Okay. C'est magnifique.
Yeah.
All right.
Mean, it is. There's no contest. There's no contest.
No contest. Anyway, leaguers. I mean, I just want to hear the comments. I want to see what people are gonna say about this video in particular. But let us know your top 5 Spider-Man costumes in the comments section. Let us know if you agreed or disagreed with this list. Let us know if there's any costumes you think we forgot. And by all means, hit us with a like or subscribe to join up with the Spectacular Spoiler League. But I warn you, if you join the Spectacular Spoiler League and you want to talk trash about the Infinity War suit, we're kicking you right out of the Hall of Spoilers because we ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for you to be hating on that Spider-Man Infinity War suit, man, because he's looking sexy, man. Looking sexy. But anyway, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.